I do like Be Live, I have to say.
Hi everyone, it's Hazel from Learn, Grow, Transform, and I'm really excited. This is my third mini Facebook Live about Stress Awareness Week. And so we've had Michelle Richmond and yesterday Shula Levy of Outer Space. And today I'm speaking with Anne Iarchy, who's a personal trainer and has some amazing tips to tell you why. And I think it should be self-explanatory really, but exercise can help you de-stress. And it was my birthday yesterday, so I need to listen to these and edge my way back into the exercise routine that I did do, but I need to get back into it. So I'm just going to get Anne to join us. So hi Anne.
Hey everyone, hope you're well. Happy birthday for yesterday.
Oh, thank you. So so I've been talking about stress and stress awareness because it's this entire month of April is the Stress Awareness Month. And I just think there are so many people out there who have stresses for so many different reasons. So it's, it's business related, it's personal, it's relationships, it's children, it's, study, it's whatever it is. And so across the board, there are so many reasons why someone may be stressed, and there are different ways for people to de-stress. And I'm speaking to you because I think there's a way that you can kind of help us all understand how exercise can help you de-stress your life a bit. And it doesn't have to be excessive, but just how we can and what sort of things we can use. So over to you to give us some tips.
All right. So, well, first of all, definitely exercise is a massive helper when it comes to stress. Although we might feel when we're stressed, we might feel that we don't have the energy to exercise. If we kind of force ourselves a little bit, we then start realizing what the benefits of exercise is, because exercises release so many feel-good hormones and, all this kind of stuff that will make us feel so much better afterwards. We all know that when we go outdoors, even if it's just for a walk, we feel better afterwards for having done it. Or if we go to the gym, even though we don't feel like it, we end up feeling really great afterwards. We might be tired, but we feel so much better. So it's really about pushing ourselves a little bit. Now, what kind of exercise to do?
Okay, so let me really. I'm just going to stop you. Let's say, because I've got clients, for example, and me, who work for ourselves, or you might work in a corporate office, and you're thinking, okay, I know I want to get out there and exercise, but in the mornings I'm doing this. Then I go to work, I sit down. It's like, when do I exercise? So how would you respond to that? Because I know there's a lot of people out there that are in that boat.
So it is an interesting question. So some people and lots of personal trainers said, just get up half an hour earlier or something like that. I am totally not a morning person. So I can 100% empathize with anyone that says there's no way I'm going to get up half an hour earlier. However, what I would say is, look at your day in general and see really what you could get rid of. And for some people, sitting in front of the TV and watching a soap opera or watching whatever program is, relaxing. But you're going to get much more benefits physically from exercising than watching TV. So really look at where you wasting a bit of time, even though, sometimes watching TV is not really a waste of time, and you don't have to exercise every day neither. But look at your day and say, how did I spend my time? And then where could I fit it in? Because I'm definitely not the person to say, get up half an hour earlier. But speaking from experience, for instance, last summer, and I haven't done it over the winter because the weather's been really awful. Mm-hmm. But normally I used to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and then spend 45 minutes on my phone, scrolling Facebook, checking my emails, seeing what's going on in the news and all that kind of stuff. And last summer I decided to go and walk every morning for half an hour instead of scrolling the phone. So I woke up at the same time, but I had my half an hour walk in the morning before starting the day. And I felt so much better from doing it. I can't wait for this awful weather to go to get back into that routine. But potentially that would be a time where you could go. And when I didn't go in the morning, I have a lovely neighbor. And sometimes we message each other at 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening. Shall we go for a walk? She's very into her 10,000 steps. And so if she doesn't hit her target, I get a text message saying, fancy a walk? And you know what? It distresses you at the end of the day, and you feel so much clear-headed going to bed. So there's lots of times where you could do it.
Okay. So just in terms of, you mentioned about de-stressing before you go to bed, you know, like doing some exercise or going for a walk or something. Do you think that there's a way of, you know, like if you didn't go for a walk in the evening, because I'm trying to talk about sort of stresses and how you can relieve them. So walking is one way to, you know, get out there, because I know things come into my head when I'm walking, and they, you know, they never normally come into my head. Only when I go out for a walk, suddenly something pops into my head that I'd never even thought of beforehand. But is there another exercise, you know, like people sort of go to the gym and they spend time on treadmills and all that sort of stuff. But I don't think that, for me anyway, I don't think that necessarily de-stresses me. So is there like, do you think stretching and doing all that sort of stuff is good stress relief?
So for me, the treadmill, by the way, I call that the dreadmill. If I can avoid, I will avoid. At the moment, I have no choice because I need to walk uphill. And North London, there's not many hills, but training for Kilimanjaro, you have to. So I go once a week. But it is definitely the treadmill. But just put some great music on, start dancing around. You know, that's another way to do it. Exercise for me is not going to the gym per se. It can be anything. Stretches every day, 5 minutes. It's massively important. It will distress you. It will relieve all the tension of whatever you did during the day, including sitting around. You'll have less aches and pains. 100%. Yeah. 5-10 minute stretches every evening is hugely recommended. So if you don't do anything, stretches is the minimum.
Okay. Now you also have some really good stretches on your YouTube channel.
I do.
Because, you know, one of the things that I've worked out over a period of time is you have to do the stretches properly, otherwise you will feel stressed.
Yeah.
Because you'll end up hurting yourself, and then that leads to more things. So
it is very important to follow them properly, especially if you are stiff, and so many people, adults especially, who haven't done anything for years, are so stiff that even getting in the right position is hard. So definitely do it once or twice, guided by be it a YouTube video or by someone who knows something about it, and then continue and do it yourself at home.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I just on a slightly different note, exercise is obviously so important for, you know, lots of different reasons, you know, sort of not just de-stressing, but health and what, you know, your body, your bones, all that sort of thing. But is there kind of any way you think moving food into that as well is something, you know, like obviously if you have too much chocolate, it's not very good for you. And it's probably, you know, can bring on some stress sometimes. I don't know. So is there foods that do that as well, that bring on kind of...
There's obviously anything that's sugary will, and caffeine as well, even though a tiny bit of caffeine is fine. Anything sugary or caffeine that, you know, gives you that quick energy boost will eventually actually leave you more depleted than anything else.
Okay.
So that in itself causes more stress. You have some certain foods or even herbal teas that are massively relaxing. chamomile is probably one of the first one that springs to mind when we think about relaxation. But a good quality chamomile tea, and it's not always the sachet that you find in the supermarket, that is the right thing. But, you know, anything that distresses you, having a magnesium bath or lavender, you can make lavender infused stuff. All these things will definitely help relaxing. And then what, you know, takes things out is any stimulants such as sugar, caffeine, and also alcohol, by the way.
Right. Well, yeah, that's very important.
Yeah. So take away the stimulants and add on some of the more relaxing things. Foods as such, there's obviously foods that help a little bit with the digestive system, which when that works well, you automatically relax a little bit more as well.
Right.
I find that, you know, when the systems work well, you are less stressed by default because there's less stress internally.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's right. I mean, it all kind of flows, doesn't it? It's like this, you know, as long as you're doing that and you keep it going round in a circle, then you'll be all right. But it's when you stop, and like me for my birthday, you stop and you kind of go, right, now I've got to get back on track because now I've had a gap in that circle.
It is. And to be honest, from my personal experience, when I exercise regularly, I want to eat better as well. And, you know, it kind of goes a little bit hand in hand as well.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. And I think, you know, what we need to remember, so if you could give someone just one thing that they should be doing today to get started on feeling less stress from whatever it is that they're going through in their lives, what would it be? The one thing that they should probably get up and do today?
Get up from your chair, run around for 1 minute, even if it's run around on the spot, and then sit back down.
There you go.
That's like the one thing. But what I would say as well is when you really don't feel like it, tell yourself you're only going to do 5-10 minutes. And once you get going, you keep going.
Right.
Because you're already doing it.
Yeah. No, thank you, Anne, because that's really important for people to know, because I do think there are so many different things that are out there, breathing, you know, things that you can do in your life, in your business or whatever. You know, I spoke to Shirley yesterday about decluttering and how that kind of, you know, you can feel a weight lifted when things start to be put into place or something. So, you know, every single person has something that they can share about, you know, stopping a stress. But I think exercise is something that we can all do and we should all do. So, and
one thing you can do as well is imagine something that stresses you, do some boxing, kick it hard, a minute, and done.
So when you don't like, you know, your boss or a client or whatever, you go and you just take it out, punch it, and then go back.
Imagine that whoever in front of you.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Anne, for being on my Facebook Live. And I'm going to share it. It's going to go up on YouTube and things. So, yeah.
Perfect. So, I'll share it as well.
Thank you. And I'll speak to you soon.
Speak soon.
Thanks, Anne. Bye. So that was Anne Iarchy, who's personal trainer in Barnet, North Finchley and Whetstone. So I'm going to share her details so that if you're interested, and I've used Anne personally as well, so I know what she says works. And I just have to be more assertive now with myself and make it work again. So I hope you're going to join me for some future Facebook Lives. I've got some more lined up for Stress Awareness Month, and then following on from that, I'm going to keep doing them regularly. So yeah, there's some exciting people coming up, and I look forward to speaking with you all soon. So Hazel from Learn, Grow, Transform, and have a wonderful, relaxing, distressing day. Bye.